Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to Kat's Message of the Day. And if you're returning, it's great to see you again. Before I get into the message, in this video what you'll receive is my channeled message, a page from the Angel Guidance book, and also a card from the Universal Healing Love deck. Now please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not align with you today, and that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may resonate more with what you need to know. All right, let's get into today's message. Childhood inner beliefs. Programming. What childhood beliefs are so ingrained from parental and societal programming growing up? Now, before I go further into this, this is not about blame, okay? This is not blaming your folks, blaming society. This is purely to become aware, for awareness, and to give you a different perspective. You may hear my bird flying around. He goes nuts when I do these messages, unless I lock him in his cage. So please excuse if you can hear the fluttering or the chatter. How are those beliefs impacting your self-worth and confidence in your adult life? Who you are today is deeply connected to who you felt you were growing up. Those feelings are still there if they have not been addressed, healed, and released. Okay? How are you treated? What were you told about you that's led you to still deeply believe? I've lost my train of thought. I will read that again. How were you treated? What were you told about you that's led you to still deeply believe that about yourself, about your adult self? Did you feel you had to be perfect? Maybe you had to feel you had to be a high achiever in order to feel loved. Now, sometimes it's not whether it's right or wrong. It's about reflecting back as a child. Did you feel that you needed to do well in school in order for your parents to acknowledge you or to feel loved? Did you feel that you needed to be perfect in order for them to show you affection, to show you praise, right? And it's not about your folks. I will keep stipulating that, because if you feel that what I'm sharing with you is about blame, then what happens is you shut yourself down to hearing what I'm about to share with you, okay? Were you at one time or another made to feel dumb, stupid, that you weren't good enough? Maybe bullied at school. You know, for many of us, we've got a story about being bullied, which made you feel different, which made you feel you didn't fit in, and even maybe to the point that you feel less than. You know, we are a herd mentality. We like to feel that we're liked by people and that we fit in. And it can deeply impact us when we're a child. And have we worked through that so we really do feel and believe in ourselves that we are worthy? Because if we didn't feel we fitted in as a child and bullied, then it's not surprising that we're carrying that into our adult life. My birdie's going bananas and I can hear him in the background. Stop it. He's naughty. He doesn't listen. What are you doing? I'm doing a video. Okay. And getting back to what I was sharing with you, it really is important to reflect back and see what happened. What did you experience in your childhood that still may be impacting your self-belief or self-worth in your adult life? All your childhood experiences, feelings, and beliefs you had about you will impact your adult self. And they are absolutely connected. I've had so many people when I'm doing coaching, we go back to their childhood and look what happened. And they honestly said, I didn't even connect that to that limiting belief or lack of self-worth in my as an adult. I didn't connect that that's what's caused me to feel the way I do as an adult. We often dismiss it, and I'm going to share a little bit further why. In other words, the way you feel, your beliefs, and the limits you place on you today stem from your childhood programming. Don't dismiss the little things either. There's a lot of little things that happened in our childhood that we dismiss and we throw because often we're comparing to someone else's story in our adult life and going, well, that's no big deal, let that go. And the minor experiences you went through growing up, don't dismiss them. Far too often, it's actually those little things that deeply emotionally impact you in your adulthood. You may not believe this right now, but I'm going to say through my, I think 8 years of coaching, 9 years of coaching now, I have found that a lot. I'm only sharing the things that I found, and absolutely, because our adult self looks at our child self stuff and says, it's no big deal. Reflect and remember how you felt in that moment when you were 6 or 7. How did you feel? How did you feel? Go back and feel that emotion. Feel that emotion. What I want to say is it's important. Do not dismiss anything that you endured or went through as a kid. Don't dismiss it. I want you to analyze it. I want you to dissect it. I want you to pull it apart and look at it. Look at it all. You think it's no big deal today. You are dismissing how you felt back then. It takes acknowledging the hurt, the pain, and the trauma to release and heal. So I want to go a little bit more into that. We've all gone through things in our childhood. It's not about looking at them from the size of it, whether it was massive, whether it was really big. It's not about comparing. A way that really assists my clients to go back and identify really what childhood beliefs, limiting beliefs, and programming is impacting them as an adult. And this is about how you really do gain your self-worth and self-value. But in order to gain it, you have to go back and acknowledge when it was taken. We look at our childhood often through our adult eyes. And a way to really get to know exactly and to feel what really happened is I get my clients, I say, imagine, I want you to look at your younger self. They're standing in front of you. They're standing in front of you. Now, I want you as your adult self to ask them how they felt in that situation. When they were being bullied, ask them how they felt. And I want them to answer, not you. So sometimes when we put that person visually in front, it's easy to really have that conversation and find the truth, the answer. So that is a way of reflecting, is visualizing your younger self standing in front of you. And you today are asking them, how did they feel when they were bullied? It's so easy for me to go back and see, because I tap into that feeling, what I felt when I was 7, 6, 8, 10, whatever experience I went through. And there were times I felt belittled. There were times I felt sad. There were times I felt like I so didn't fit in. I felt less than. I did not feel like I fit it in. I can go on and on and on. There are so many different circumstances. It's not about blaming or excusing. It's identifying, going, grouse, now I have found why I feel this way. Is that still impacting my self-worth, my self-belief today? What did my parents say about me? If I was to share with you, I felt, it's a feeling, it's not fact, that I was sort of programmed, to become a housewife. It wasn't about education for me. That's what I felt. My mum did the best she knew how. That was her programming. And I'm grateful. I know how to clean a house. I know how to do that. So I take the beauty away from it. But I've identified that. It's like, okay, Kat, yep, cool. So what are you going to do about it now? That's not you. That doesn't define who you are. What are you going to do to shift that? This is all about identifying and acknowledging what you endured, or the experiences and the feelings and the programming that you endured as a child is not your truth as an adult. What's been ingrained? What beliefs do you hold that are ingrained? They're not really your belief. It's just programming. It's up to you today to choose whether you want to keep buying into it or not. And it's absolutely not easy. This, I feel, has come about with I'm going to share one of my clients. He's not in a good space right now. But his programming has been so deeply ingrained from the age of 12 about certain things in his life. And whilst I've been working with him, there has been this sense of, it's like I'm hitting there's this resistance. And I felt it. And through care, I kept working, and it's gotten to the point where that resistance is now that block. And now, unfortunately, he's really struggling. And this is what drives me to do what I do. To see how childhood ingraining and programming and the beliefs that we're told from people that we look up to. And I'm not blaming them. But there are experts out there. There are people that we respect and we listen to. And all I'm going to say is it doesn't mean they're necessarily right. And what they share with you may not be right for you. And I'm going to say it. There are too many kids getting on tablets. He was on tablets from 12. What hope has he got? From 12, I think he's 34, 32. All those years on tablets. And now they're just a part of his life. That's all he knows. And it's his security blanket. And I don't have that power. And it's not my place. And I know when there is nothing, it's out of my reach, I'm absolutely there to support him. But he is a living example of why I do what I do. Because how many other kids don't have a life? How many kids don't have hope? Because society says this is what's wrong with them, without taking the time to look deeper. If you've got kids and they're struggling, find the cause. Don't band-aid it. Because it's up to you. They're impressionable. This is their impressionable time, and that's all they're going to know. That's going to be ingrained beliefs in them. And if this is their path, they're already starting. Now we're putting kids on tablets at 5. 5. Without identifying what's going on, we just label them. What are we doing? As you can see, it's something that really does impact me as part of my driving force of what I do. Work with parents in hope that they get connected to provide that loving, nurturing environment for their children to grow up in. Because so many of us adults didn't have that opportunity. And we absolutely can identify how it's impacted us in our adult life. I'll speak for me. I've healed all that, and I don't blame my mum, because I know she did the best she knew how with the programming that she had. But we need to stop the cycle. And the cycle can stop with you if you choose a different path and don't necessarily buy into and believe every expert. And I'm not saying that you need to listen to me either. It's what aligns with you. But feel your way. Don't just be in here and hear what people are saying. Feel it. Does it feel right? Okay. Let's get on to the daily guidance. Feel your wishes coming true. That's absolutely about. There are some of you that are watching this that you feel that you're never going to attain your wishes through whatever programming that you've had, the limiting beliefs you've got about self, not feeling good enough, not feeling deserving or worthy. Why? Why? This is the little culprit. There is something definitely in the air, because this is when he chats a lot. And with the emotion that I've got, he's clearly sensing something. So before I get into this, please let's close our eyes and take a breath. Recenter yourself so you can absorb the words from this message. You don't need to strain, push, or struggle for anything. The energy of trying too hard can drive good away from you, while the strength of gratitude can draw positive things to you. You can easily accomplish a lot by holding and feeling the thought of being thankful that your wish is already granted. Don't worry about how this dream will come to be. Simply imagine it as already being true. The more emotion, passion, and fervor you can put into your gratitude, the more quickly you'll make your desires a reality. Every longing sends an etheric version of itself into the universe, while its essence stays next to you and solidifies into material form. The more energy you put into your wish, the faster it's manifested. But negativity, pessimism, and doubt erase it, turning it back into cloud-like ether. Nurture your desires today by thinking about them often and surrounding them with positive thoughts and emotions. Say thank you to the universe of continuously supporting you in all ways. Thought for today. All of my wishes come true. I give thanks that everything I dream of and more is now a reality. I feel warm gratitude, bubbling excitement, and deep faith throughout my mind and body. I nurture all of my dreams, knowing that by doing so, I'm tending to the garden of my wishes. This channeled message is, many of you are really struggling maybe right now, and it's a lot about self-belief and self-worth. And you do have really big dreams. But what's overshadowing them is those limiting beliefs of self. They're so deeply ingrained and they're programmed. I hope that today's message highlights that it's a programming. You do have the ability to change it. It's going to take work. But nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Impossible means I'm possible. And that was a beautiful message to come after that. There still feels this heaviness of energy around me. When I say heaviness, it's sadness, but I look at it from a positive perspective. It's some of you watching this, I'm feeling that energy. And clearly I needed to share that bit, because I do have a heavy heart hearing one of my clients is struggling. And however, I respect that that's his journey. It's not my job to fix anything. That's his journey. I will always be there to support him in any way, shape or form. And as I said to him, I haven't given up on you. I will never give up on someone. I respect his journey is on a different path. However, I'm always there. It's important, because otherwise I'm coming from a place of judgment. And that's not kind, and that's not, I'm being a hypocrite. That's a hypocritical behaviour, if that's the case. So, golden memories. Really with this, I'm getting absolutely, it's going back and what do you remember? And absolutely we've got beautiful times in our childhood. This is just a reminder. It's not all doom and gloom. And all I'm asking is that you look at those moments so you can heal from them. It's not to sit in them. Does that make sense? And if you feel that you're sitting in them, go and look at the happy times. Go and look at the golden memories. Some of you watching this, you may have gone camping and had some fun, or you had, sleepovers. Absolutely, we've all got childhood golden memories. We do. There has to be at least one. I don't believe there's, and I could be wrong. I don't believe there's a child out there that doesn't have one. It may only be a very small, minute. But find the golden memories. But they're memories. Go back to your memories. Go back to how you felt as a kid, the memories that you have. Don't look at them from your adult's perspective. Go back into your childhood memories. Remember how you felt when you went camping and the fun, and you may have been by the sea, in the bush, going on a ride at Luna Park, going on a ride at a theme park. Remember the laugh or the fear even going down on, on a roller coaster. Everything has to be in balance. So in reflection, reflect back, to find your answers. That's the only reason we're not finding them to feel sorry for ourselves or to sit in it, the misery. We're finding them to learn from them, to identify, that's what's causing my self-esteem. That's why I feel the way I do in my adult life, because I was bullied and I was told that I was dumb. I was told that I was poor. I didn't dress like all the other kids because we didn't have money. What in your childhood made you feel different? What in your childhood took away your self-esteem? There will be something. Right, so let's go into golden memories. Before I read the message, if you'd like to close your eyes with me, take another deep breath. And let's see what comes out from that. And here I was sharing with you about my client, and that is in my thoughts. And someone is thinking fondly of you in this very moment, reflecting on golden memories, past and precious moments spent together. He or she is someone dear to you who has passed into the world of spirit. I'm going to say, people, also, there are some of you that they're still on earth. They want you to know that all is well and that time and space cannot separate that which is united through love. For the loving presence of those we love is always with us. A part of them lives in our heart and a part of our lives in theirs. We all leave our physical body at some point, but we never leave in spirit. Okay, with that, I'm absolutely getting there is a reminder that there is someone in your past that is searching for you. And whoever that someone is brought you a lot of joy at some time or another. And it's about reflecting back and, if when I'm sharing this, a person's name or a person came into your thoughts in that moment, I want you to write their name down. And if it was a few people, write their name down. And see who's still currently in your life, right? Someone who you may not have seen for a while. Go back and look at the memory attached to that person. There's a memory there. One in particular. One person in particular. Oh, okay. And it's almost like that's the key. You're going to find the key. It's the key to unlock the door that's holding you back. There's a limiting belief that you have that's connected. Yeah, it's like they're showing me go back, step backwards. So write the list, find the person. There's a golden memory attached to that, which there is something else attached to that. That's, yeah, it's like you'll find through unlocking the door of the golden memory that there is absolutely a memory there that you've forgotten about. There's something you've forgotten about that's impacting, I get a limiting belief. It's about your self-worth. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So go through the list and see if there was someone that you really hadn't thought about for a while. Write them all down. It could be a teacher even. A teacher may have said something to you. You had a lot of fun with them, but they said one thing and it really impacted you. It could be your folks have said something, or you feel that there was consistent pressure from them, you know, to do well. And maybe you felt no matter what you did was never good enough. Now, if that's the case, that's going to absolutely impact your adult life. 100%. If you've not identified that and worked through it. And remember, none of this is about your parents. It's not excuses, it's not justifying, it's finding your whys. Because when you find your whys, and you can go, okay, now what am I going to do to get rid of that? But unless you can identify it, you're still going to carry it. So I hope today you gain something little. I know for me, there's definitely some work with identifying what was going on with that. And I know that the core already, it's the words passion is coming up. And my passion can be shown with being very raw, and they're highlighting to me, see, you do have that compassionate side. That needs to be shown. Okay. I've been a bit maybe rah of late and very and yesterday and today has been really more mellow, and it's for different people receive information different ways, and so that rah for some of you is really shut you off, and this is more aligned with the way that you need to learn. Okay, so that makes sense. I've got my answers. So see, it's the process. So I want to thank you for your time today, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. And remember, you matter. You matter. Invest in yourself every day, because if you don't, who will? It's up to you. It's up to you. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you'd like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's cat's message of the day. So for today, take care.